Gun Options Tuesday Market SITREP, Matthew Buckley, call sign Whiz, one of the portfolio managers here and instructors at TGO. And it's very interesting, folks, that we're seeing now everybody, all these blue blood banks are running out to the microphone, revising down their Q1 GDP. Okay, so Goldman Sachs say Q1 GDP is at negative 0.6%, JP Morgan negative 0.8%. Cops showing up after the accident going, okay, well, here's what happened. It cracks me up. So, and remember, folks, and I briefed this after GDP came out, one of the only reasons that GDP was positive was Obamacare. And for a guy who pounds the hell out of that being a bad thing, you would think that this would be a good thing. No, it's a horrible thing. Mandatory government spending was the only reason GDP was positive. Okay, so if you normalized Q1 GDP is around negative 2%. Okay, so Q2 GDP, it's going to be interesting to see all the banks run out and or the smart folks come out and give us their Q2 predictions. But I got to tell you, folks, it's not looking good. And we got trade data out today, which was a hit and a miss. Okay, it was a little bit of a. It's obviously a miss from what was forecast, but obviously a decrease from the previous trade balance. So our trade numbers aren't necessarily hitting all cylinders as well. And, speaking of blue blood banks, Goldman Sachs, why we're in a tactical market now, it's very interesting because I've been calling this a tactical market for a while there, and trading within a range here on the S&P 500. I've told my traders this was kind of a square root past couple months, right? Out of January into February, big down, big up, and then now we've just been moving sideways, kind of the root part of a square root, is we're trading sideways here. I think we're range bound until we get a catalyst to the upside. However, here's a canary in the coal mine I have a lot of TGO traders looking at. The Russell 2000, folks. I like the S&P 500, broad view of the economy. Don't like the Dow. You got to love the Russell because it's the small cap index. And right here is the huge canary in the coal mine, folks, is we are bumping up or flying along the tree level here at the 200-day moving average. We break below the 200-day moving average on the Russell, and either it's a buying signal for a lot of folks, okay, below the 200-day on the Russell, let's get bullish because we think everything's great, or we absolutely implode. I mean, look at the MACD, just razor thin here. This will not continue to be this way on the Russell. We are either going to break in a big way to the downside, or we're going to bounce off here. I don't want to say bet, my strategic mindset tells me it's going to be a break to the downside. Whether it's because of Ukraine, whether it's because of, everybody waking up saying that, that jobs report, the GDP and everything just doesn't, we're stumbling along here. And we've been stumbling along for quite some time. We can't continue to stumble along. Okay. So when the market wakes up to that reality that we're done stumbling, I think it's to the downside. Okay. But keep in mind, folks, that Mama Yellen has more or less bent over backwards saying that I'm a clone of the Bernac and I'll wipe your bottom and wipe your nose and keep you safe. I mean, for the past, 2 years, folks, the Fed has been here through a Cyprus, a nuclear scare in North Korea, a Syria scare, a government shutdown. You name the debacle, we've been through it. And look at that escalator. We go up. We go up on the Fed's hopium. But it's interesting because yesterday and today, as opposed to the past 4 or 5 weeks, Monday, Tuesday, rip your face off rally, we've had a Monday, Tuesday kind of plodding along here. So it really is telling me that the market's starting to wake up to the reality that things aren't good. And even if Mama Fed is going to bail us out, how long is that going to be good for? Eventually, everybody comes down off their hopium high here, folks, and it's going to be ugly, whether it's Japan, the Nikkei coming off its hopium, or, Bank of England, the Mario Draghi and the ECB, or the PBOC, the People's Bank of China. Someday this is going to end, okay? And when it does end, not if, when it does end, make sure you have a chair, okay? And I briefed this the other day with my TGO traders. When the VIX broke below 13 the other day, got down to 1291 right here, I said it is time to get long vol. When vol's cheap, you buy it. When it's expensive, you sell it. And the VIX below 13 in this environment with everything that's going on is extremely cheap. Even being up 1% today, I still think vol is cheap. I mean, we saw a spike up to 18 in March and about 17 in April. It seems that every month something happens to freak the market the hell out. You could look at a chart of the VIX for the past year, whether it's a government shutdown or a Fed easing, a Cyprus, a something. Look at the spike in the VIX. Just about every month we went from where vol was cheap down at 12, 13, all the way up to where vol is expensive in the upper teens. So keep an eye on the VIX, folks. Keep an eye on the Russell 2000, and keep your powder dry. Okay. And if you're interested in what we do here at Top Gun Options and how we do our live trading here and how we manage our portfolios, give us a call. And the number is right here on the homepage to give us a call to get into one of our training services so we can teach you how to trade options in this just extremely volatile environment. So give our folks a call here at 877-343-0268. And the extension is the same combination as what's on my luggage. Extension 123. Okay, give us a call because we have a lot of live trading services and training services here. Do not fly around this market any longer without an ejection seat. Okay, and you can potentially use options to power that ejection seat and potentially keep you safe if the market downturns. If you're listening to somebody just pumping this market up and nothing bad can happen, we only have winning trades and all that type of stuff, run as fast as you can. Okay, we're going to shoot straight with you here at Top Gun Options and try and be a good wingman and help you out. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow with Wednesday's market SITREP here at TGO.